Hi guys, Innoculate here again for another episode of Pickup Daily, and I am answering a question from Set It today. It says, how do I inoculate myself against rejection? We're going to talk about rejection, talk about your own personal feelings, and a little bit more on this episode of Pickup Daily. How do I inoculate myself against rejection? That is an excellent question, guy from Set It. Let me tell you something. One, always going to get rejected. You know why? Because you don't fucking match with everybody in the world. That's just how it is, right? You're going to experience it in one way or another. How you frame it in your brain is ultimately how it's going to change your behavior. Because your problem is not that girls are like, no, can't do it, sorry. They don't. That's not an issue. The problem is not like, fuck yourself. That's not your issue. Your issue is that when somebody says something that isn't in your realm of what you think should happen, it affects your self-esteem, it affects your mood, and then affects your behavior. That is the fucking issue. That you went out to go do something, you wanted a particular result, you were attached to that outcome, the outcome didn't happen the way you wanted it to, and then you said, oh, I'm just not gonna do it anymore. Okay, so there are these guys, right? I was out in Boston, I trained this guy, and we did probably, I don't know, 60-something approaches in a weekend. He got himself 4 or 5 phone numbers and 2 dates that Sunday, right? Because he had that momentum of practice. And then he committed himself to daily practice for the next 60-something days or whatever. And so he would go out, oh yeah, I went out and talked and I didn't have the results, and didn't have the results. I'm feeling really good because at least I did it, and right? Okay, so 60-something days later, he ended up, getting a couple of phone numbers and a couple of dates or whatever, right? Okay, if you just look at the sheer volume of what happened, I don't have the fucking metrics, I can't prove it to you on a spreadsheet, but if you look at the sheer volume, he did 60-something approaches in 3 days, right? And then he got 1 date and a bunch of phone numbers. And then he did 60-something approaches over 60 days and got a date and a couple of phone numbers, right? It seems as if the time span is not the issue. The results came from the amount of approaches that he did. At his level, it's a numbers game, right? He needs to keep going out and practicing in order to get this level of stuff. So at 60 approaches in 1 date, that's like, I don't know, fucking not a great ratio, right? Like it's 1 in 60. However, consistently over his last 2 trials, he was able to get a date of a girl who was reasonably into him out of 60 attempts. So if you wanted 1 date for this weekend, how many girls should you approach? Ostensibly speaking, based on prior evidence. 60, right? So all he has to do is between now and the time he closes for a date, do 60 approaches, and he will probably get one, right? Just if you're looking at the numbers, right? So any less than that, because you're almost guaranteed right now because of the last 2 trials, any less than that is not going to get you results. The last 2 guys I took out, and we did some real hard drilling. It took them 27 approaches. One of them did it in 27, one of them did it in 28, to get laid, to pull, right? Because we were out there, we were fixing all the stuff or whatever. It's great, but that's a lot of approaches for guys who never ever approach. They go, I've never even talked to fucking 2 girls cold approach ever, so 60's a lot. And it is. It really fucking is a lot of girls. But if you knew that, who said that? It was, Hypnotica, I got this from. He said, if I told you that there was $1 million in gold buried under the thing, and I gave you a 10 by 10 area to dig, and then a shovel, and I said, guaranteed, the shit's in there, how far would you dig before you stopped, right? And the answer is, you dig the whole fucking thing up, because it's guaranteed to be in there. right? It's kind of like that. It's not like you're going to dig, and you're never going to get any fucking efforts, right? I've seen guys that were like just socially off still find people who met with them. I mean, obviously the skills that we teach are awesome, and the things that, you know, the things that we practice to get over our own fears and everything are great, and then you definitely take a boot camp and shit. But like, on the other hand, everybody's different, and you're still going to find people who match you. Sure, you can do things like change your eye contact and vocal tonality and push through your fears and all these things that we teach to increase your odds and to make it a little bit better than a numbers game when you go out and do day game. Like, it's just how it is. You get a skill set and you're better at it. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to find somebody who matches you if you just fucking grind through the numbers, right? So I forget what the original question was. What's the original question? Hold on. Inoculate yourself against rejection. So here it is. Rejection is gonna come. Bang. It's not really the rejection that's the problem. You're actually asking, how do I inoculate myself against it? What you probably mean is you're gonna inoculate yourself against the effects. And the effects are affecting your behavior, not getting laid, all these results from the fact that you're not actually putting out the numbers that you probably should. So, number one, go out, go out, go out, go out, go out, go out, go out. You get what we call accustomed to, progressively desensitized to the pressures of the social sphere. Most of your fears are interpreted and internalized in your brain. And if you go see actual real world stuff happen, you go, oh shit, it's not that bad. And then you just sort of rewrite that in your brain, and your new belief systems will actually support meeting new people, creating new social relationships, and creating new connections with girls that you haven't met before. Yeah. Inoculate yourself against it. Practice, man. Fucking practice. Also, you can visualize, right? Visualization has been proven in a number of different scenarios to help with performance-type tasks, cognitive performance-type tasks. So, thinking of things to say, for instance, practicing being funny, looking people in the eye when you speak. Those individual-type tasks, those are very useful in game, and they're also very useful to practice in a visualization mindset. So if you can put yourself in a position where you can visualize, or if you're a kinesthetic learner, if you can sort of feel that, or if you're audio digital, you can sort of narrate it to yourself. If you put yourself in a space where you can practice that over and over again in your mind, you're going to be better at the actual execution of it in real life when you go out into field. It is not a substitute for field practice, but that being said, it can augment that practice hella badass. So, that's my answer today on how to inoculate yourself against rejection. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm traveling all over the country with my buddies at Attractive Man. Heck, check out the schedule at daygain.com/training. Up there, I released a bunch of books on Amazon. Check out the links below. And check out my buddy Lendy Pies from Social Q Nation. Links below. He just released his new book on Amazon. Check it the fuck out, because he's talking about the emotional state of mind. I do this every damn day. Tune in tomorrow for more hard-hitting, impactful awesomeness. Until then, stay awesome.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.